Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to Zero Talks and Football Rig, and welcome to the 9th episode of Top BINS Ya AKHI. We are here to talk about events that's going on in football. Although I have to admit, there's not been too much going on, if I'm being really quite frank, because of international break. You know what I mean? Like, which is why, I mean, if you notice in the thumbnail, half of the stuff is about Saudi League because the summer window is actually closing today, for those who are not aware. So yeah, and there's some news in regard to that. So yeah, we will talk a little bit on that. But and obviously stuff had happened, like for example, Sheikh Sami, welcome, brother, again. You know what I mean? Hopefully you're good. But his club obviously has a captain that had a say.
Thank you, man.
The previous captain of his back in the days. So we'll talk about that as well. You know what I'm saying? And other stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what are you saying, Sammy? How are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm good, man. It's I hate the international break. It's kind of boring in terms of football, but it gives you like a break sometimes, to rethink and reassess things, and maybe you do other things than just watch football. So yeah, we are here, man. We're here to talk about everything, some previews about the league that's happening in the weekend. So I'm very excited to talk about it.
Fairs, man. You know what? I'd say about a bigger Pravi. Yeah, facts, man. Smash the likes up and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll go get my ship. Bro, by the way, lately I've been using my ship to force these people to slap the likes and subscribe. تعرف قصدي صح؟
Ship is real, man. Yeah, man, of course.
Oh, I see my man's drinking half M's, yeah? هذه بقول صدق هذه half million.
Who's gonna half a million?
Half million. القهوة half million.
Oh yeah, half million. Yeah.
ايوه تعجبني. One of the best in Saudi. راجحي settings, man. You get me? But listen, on a real though, yeah, slap the like and subscribe, guys. You know what I mean? For both channels, Football Rig, Zero Talks. Like as well, both channels. Go check socials, and inshallah, you guys are well wherever you are, man. And again, like I said, if you don't, eventually, I'm gonna go get the ship, and I'll make sure you do it. Inshallah. Listen, I say we kick things off. Bro, you know what? Let's start with your club, bro. Because, I found, funny enough, this piece of news, I found out actually by watching League Gunner. Now, obviously, for those who are not aware and are living under a rock, like, Tony Adams basically said that Declan Rice should be captain and not Martin Ødegaard. Now, Martin Ødegaard, I believe, was asked about this during his international break. And he basically said, long story short, it's best to block out the noise. People are going to say positive, negative things.
Say it as is. No, I have it here, right here. I mean, I read it before.
I don't know. Like, I'm saying along the line.
I brought it here. I mean, it's just like...
Mumtaz, because I don't remember the book.
I don't either, and I read it a long time ago, but he said, and I quote, "I don't care that much, to be honest. Everyone can have their opinion and say what they want, and I'm all right with that. I can't care about what everyone said. There's a lot of negative and positive things to say, but I can't let it affect me." You know, that's what he said.
Hello. So what are you saying about that?
To be honest, Tony Adams, is one of the icons of Arsenal Football Club. He was Arsenal captain. He won leagues with us, and you cannot just disregard when he gives a solid comment like that. And I think he's right, honestly speaking. Ødegaard has not shown any sort of, I would say, levels in terms of captaincy. I don't think he's the guy to carry Arsenal to win trophies, to be honest. I mean, the captain's supposed to be, the coach within the pitch, right? And I don't think Ødegaard has it in him because he's been dropping stinkers for the past year and a half, to be honest. I mean, Ødegaard 2-3 years ago was really excellent player, but when it comes to captaincy, I don't think he has the character to carry a hungry team like Arsenal that really has a lot of load on him to win trophies. So I honestly don't think. But in the other hand, if we look to the other candidates, I see Yusuf here say Gabriel Magalhaes. Gabriel Magalhaes, I think, is a good shout because of his seniority, and I think he's been with us for a certain time.
Yeah.
But in overall, I would say also Declan Rice. Even though, look, the second captain in the team is Saka. Actually, he's the second guy or the second captain of the team. But also Rice is a good shout, and the reason why Rice, and I think even Lee Gunnar said it, and I agree. He won a trophy with West Ham. He won the Conference League with West Ham. A team that you've never seen them win anything in your lifetime. It is something to count. But I mean, I don't understand the point where Arteta says the player chose it's like he's running a democracy or anything. It's not like that. I mean, as a coach, you identify the best, I would say, person to reflect your thoughts and your tactics in the pitch, and you have to select that player. I don't think uh, you should uh, put it out to vote. I mean, I'm against that, to be honest. I'm not being a fascist or anything, but it's just I don't think that's a good model to choose your captain. What do you think?
So what? Like the whole, you're not a fan of like the democracy side of it? Is that what you mean?
Well, the way they captain and Odegaard as a captain.
Oh,
as well.
I agree with you. That's the case. Don't think I disagree. Relax. I actually think if you're choosing a captain, you need someone that's outspoken and that's willing to do whatever it takes to win, bro. What it takes to win, if somebody's doing something wrong, تعلمهم. You literally go and tell them, wake up. Yeah, it's not good enough. Yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. Obviously, there are ways in doing it because I know fans, by the way, sometimes even I can admit, and I'm not going to lie, sometimes talking to you, Sammy, sometimes puts me a little bit down to earth. You get me? Like, I'll tell you why. Because sometimes even I can be a bit too reactionary. Yeah? Like,
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
Right.
Like, the thing is, it's all good. Oh, we want this guy to give clarity, this, but we want to see listen, you're so bad. And you want to be in front of the cameras and everybody. It's like we want to all see that. Don't get it. But like sometimes it's smarter to do it behind the scenes. I have to admit it. Like, because if you do it in front of everybody, now it's gonna be like a whole drama, a whole mashakal this.
But,
Like
but
everyone
that's the case. But you're the captain, right? You're carrying the team during the game, right?
Yeah, obviously,
I mean,
obviously, you know what it is for me. I think call them out, but it's also how you do it. Found Guzdi? It's how you do it. Because by the
Okay.
way, I could easily like right now, if I'm on the pitch, مثلا, right, and I'm like, you're absolutely this, you're this, you're going nowhere. هذه غلط. لكن it's like you're not doing good enough. Wake up, كذا. يعني that for me عادي. You get me? Like it's ways in which you do it. Like delivery of like your message. Because by the way, some captains, when you do too much, bro, they're not gonna want to hear you out all, bro. But then again, I'm only saying this in this way because obviously football players nowadays have gone soft. Like,
but you gotta have that guy that you rally behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't feel it with Odegaard. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I see.
And that's why Declan Rice is a good one.
He's leading the press. Yes, but when shit turned to sour for Arsenal a couple of games, I mean, he did not carry us.
I'm not talking about Ødegaard, Sammy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I mean, you're saying in general. Okay, I agree with you.
Ødegaard, bro, Ødegaard is someone that just chats, bro. I mean, chats and shows action too.
He sends a group WhatsApp message, maybe.
Hey, what? Wait, group WhatsApp, man? What do you mean?
Well, giving the pep talk with his team. He's sending him like emojis on WhatsApp.
Guy, bro. But on a real note, right? Like on a real note, like for me, it's just again, like it's one of those in which I feel like, bro, whenever I see Ødegaard, and again, I don't watch Arsenal like you do, right? I don't follow Arsenal week in, week out. But whenever I watch him play, I don't feel like he speaks like a leader like that. That's one problem. And then another thing is the guy goes from a lot of games, bro.
He disappears, man. That's what frustrates me the most is he's he's not there. Especially for example, Real Madrid game. I'll give an example. He did nothing in Real Madrid,
right? Because I didn't watch it. I was watching Inter Bayern, so
he got carried out, man. He did absolutely nothing. Arsenal played very, very well as a team, of course, and the two, worldies from Rice, fouls against Real Madrid, and then Saka also scored. Martinelli out of as well scored, but Odegaard was not even visible, and that's the time where we won 5 against Madrid. I mean, I don't see him as the player that can take Arsenal, when we are playing really down and we're needing that guy to rally us and say to the team, or doing it himself, carrying the ball and passing dribbling 2 players and passing it in dangerous spots. I mean, he's an attacking midfield. He's a creative player. So I'm gonna judge him based on his position and abilities. If you are a playmaker, then this is what I'm expecting for you to create. A lot of chances for the attackers, for the wingers, and you're not doing that. You're just leading the press. I mean, I don't think those are qualities that qualifies you to be a captain.
Yeah. Now, bro, for me, you know what it is for me? And by the way, I kind of, I have a similar criticism with my case for Joshua Kimmich as well.
Okay.
Like, the thing is, I feel like them type of captains, but even though Kimmich is more outspoken, I will say that. But the similarity is like, it's like the actions are half-assed. You get what I mean? It's like, I'm trying to see full-on action here. Yeah. When you actually claim that you want, like, something out of your team, but we're expecting something out of you as well. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that's the difference for me.
Mhm.
And I mean, when my case, when I talk about Kimmich, for example, I'm talking like in the defensive aspect, because that guy is passive defensively. If anybody watches it weekly, like he's
At
very
least he
passive.
won. He won the Champions League.
Yeah, no, he's
So
won. Yes, he's won. But
mm,
by the way, people forget he was doing it when he like. Remember that time when we played in the COVID rain, like the time it was
yeah.
like one game. Pavard was
Mhm.
injured and he ended up playing right back.
Mhm.
People forget this. He was, and this is why a lot of us in our fans say he's better right back. Anyway, that's besides the point, right? The reason why I brought this up is because I feel Odegaard's similar in a sense that the guy doesn't show action as a captain.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree
that's
with
what
you
it is.
100%. 100%, I agree with you. If that's the character, then I don't want him to be the captain of my team. To be honest, I want
Also, why
somebody
did he
who's
get
gonna.
chosen captain? Why did he get chosen captain? Afwan, sorry. Oh, why did he get chosen captain?
Arteta said in the press conference that it was a vote.
Huh?
It was a vote. The
How do you
players
know?
voted. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I disagree with the way that we chose our captain, which is a vote. I mean, I understand the democracy and all that stuff, but when you're talking about captain, somebody that will carry your tactics beyond, beyond the dressing room to the pitch, you need to select the player that you think is capable of doing that, to cascade the message, to implement your ideas as a manager. And I don't think
Mm-mm.
Odegaard is that type of player. And it doesn't matter really if he has to be a defender, a midfield. I don't care about the position. I care about the character here. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
I prefer to be even Saka. I don't want him to be the captain. Even I rate Saka highly as a player, but I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
he's a good
yeah,
captain. I think Declan Rice is a good shout. I think Gabriel Magalhaes is a good shout. Those are the two that I would choose.
Is there anybody else other than them two? You would think maybe Mumkin. ولا لا؟
At the moment, no. I cannot say about Zubamendi yet. I cannot say about
لا زوبيمندي لا ما اتوقع.
Jokeris as well. I cannot say. I mean, I haven't really seen the player and the way they react, especially when when there's like an issue in the pitch, and how they calm the players, or how they talk to the referees and all that stuff. So I cannot say about Jokeris or Zubamendi yet. But for Gabriel Magalhaes and Declan Rice, I think those are two players that can actually carry the captaincy. And Declan Rice did it with West Ham and won the Conference League. So he's been there and done it.
I
Rice.
think Declan Rice is the best option. I think more so than Gabriel. Believe it or not.
Both of them, I rate them, to be honest. If they choose one of them, I'm happy with it. To
Because
be
you know
honest,
what?
I'm
Listen. I told you this before, and I'll say it again.
mm,
Obviously, with Declan Rice, my thing is like obviously I see him as more like a DM personally, right? But even
mhm.
then, that still means I see him as a starter at your club, and I still see him doing the hard work for your club. You get me? Based on everything I've just mentioned. So I just think he's the best shout, personally. And keep in mind, like, here's something you need to understand as well. I could see Declan Rice lasting at Arsenal because he's English and he enjoys London more than Gabriel. That's something else you need to factor in too. And that's why I would give it to Rice, man.
Godfrey, would you accept this Ravi guy, scolding Arsenal like that in the comments? Come on, Godfrey, you need to reply to it. Big up
Arsenal
to you,
are useless as a club. They want to be something they ain't. That's why they won't win. Brother, listen, I wanna troll Arsenal, but so I'm trying to have a conversation right now, brother. So Ravi, listen, as much as I want to troll them, don't get it twisted. The only thing I can tell you right now is
shut up, bitch. Oh my
God. The only time I'm defending Arsenal Football Club.
I don't even have the energy for it. Oh man. I feel
so even when I tried defending you, man, you guys can't even like help me defend you. Okay, well, there you go. Sorry, Ravi, I had to do it, man. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, listen. We can transition to another new piece of news that's happened in the Prem. Konate, bro. Now Real Madrid fans, they're saying like they're gonna probably get him. You know what I call this, yeah, Sami? لعبت جي تي اي من ايام زمان يمكن.
ايوه حرام سيارات كيف؟
ايوه basically I genuinely see Florentino Perez being like Leicester. Genuinely. Yeah, this brother pulling heist of all heists, bro. Trying to get Konate. That's how he does with everybody else.
I think they're still struggling financially because of the renovation they've done in the Santiago Bernabeu. I think they took a huge hit. I think they took it.
Okay. Something
I'm saying what I believe. I'm saying this is my opinion. Okay. I still there are some loans that they have to pay up or some debts they have to pay up because this is not the way Real Madrid behaves, generally speaking. To be honest, I mean, we both know Real Madrid. I've seen Real Madrid in many years, and this is not how they behave in transfer windows, especially. If they wanted the player, they would get the player. Doesn't matter the cost. This is the Madrid I grew up watching. And for them to go in that kind of way or method to obtain players, just wait for them for the contract to expire and just get them on a free. I mean, it tells me there are something going on with the financial of Madrid. But anyways, regardless of what's going on with Madrid, but the Konate news, honestly speaking, if Konate continues dropping stinkers like he's doing in the first 3 games, I don't think Madrid is going to look into Konate. I think they're going to turn and aim for Saliba if we don't get him renewed this year. If Arsenal don't pin Saliba with a contract, an extension, I think they will turn into Saliba. Or even both, even both.
Yeah, apparently they're trying to go for both, bro.
I think they can do both, but if we're saying one of or the other, I think they will prefer to have Saliba over Konate. And it's not saying that Konate is a bad player. I'm just saying Konate is not looking really good in the first couple of games. Maybe he's not in form. But nobody can deny that Konate is a significant defensive player for Liverpool. But so far, he's showing stinkers, and Van Dijk is carrying the defense so far in Liverpool. I mean, he's carrying the mistakes. He's carrying the team as a leader. I mean, Van Dijk is probably one of the best defenders that ever played in the Premier League, from what I've seen from him in the past 6-7 years. And I think they will turn to Saliba if Konate continues to drop stinkers like that.
No, I mean, to be fair, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, but I don't know, bro. I feel like no matter which club it is, the longer you keep that guy on 1 year left on his deal without signing a new contract, it's finished. Bro, by the way, we have a similar issue. However, for me, in my case, I actually low-key don't mind. And I say low-key even though it should be high-key because a lot of my fans actually want to keep him. Upamecano, same thing. 1 year left in his contract, and Madrid is going to try to do the heist of all heists, as I said. So yeah, listen, let's see what type of center back they get. But in terms of then a Liverpool perspective, though, I don't know about you, but do you think the one thing they need to fix up is their defense?
Definitely, 100%, because they don't have depth in that defensive area, and maybe as well a goalkeeper. A goalkeeper could be also something they will have to look into. The defense, and we've seen. I mean, the player they wanted to sign in the last day, but they couldn't, which is Mark Gahey, right? That shows what players they're looking for. They're looking for defense, and I understand because they have only 3 players that plays in I mean, good defensive options, which is Van Dijk, Konate, and what's the other guy's names? I forgot his name. Gomez.
Leone,
No, no,
Itali.
Gomez.
But they
Yeah, they
have
have
all of
Gomez.
them.
And Hano, I'm not saying Real Madrid is broke. I'm just saying I think they're committed to certain financial things or debts that they need to pay off,
Financial
especially
restriction, basically. I know what
I
you
think,
mean.
and especially after the renovation they've done for the Santiago Bernabeu. By the way, they went head to head with Morocco on which stadium that will host the final in 2030, and I think I heard that they lost to the Moroccan stadium.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Morocco new stadium, mashallah, looks nice. They played in
yeah,
it to
man, it
qualify.
is. It is.
Mabrok,
But
yeah.
no, Real Madrid is not broke, bro. And this is what I'm saying. I grew up watching Madrid's. I mean, breaking records after records. If you recall, they signed Ronaldo, they signed Kaká, they signed Benzema, they signed Xabi Alonso, all in one window. So me seeing Madrid buying whatever they want to moving towards this kind of methodology, which is waiting for the players to run out of contract, just gives me a hint, or what I believe is that they might be in some sort of restriction or debts they're just trying to clear. But I think in a year or two they'll go back to the Madrid we know, the Madrid that spends on whatever they want. I mean, and get the player they want. This is what
I
I
still,
think.
but well, I actually think they have money, but they're trying to be safe. Because by the way, Perez is very calculated. He is very, very well. Like, the thing is, what you fail to understand, Sami,
I agree
is
with you.
that Real Madrid, they sell a lot of merchandise, bro, because of the stars that they
Hmm.
have.
Hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And they have good sponsorship deals as well. Like, I don't think people understand when you're looking at how rich a club is, you have to consider these factors, right? And looking at how Real Madrid market themselves, bro. Last season, when you played them, these guys were marketing themselves, and I think they were selling merchandises about Romantada, bro.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, trust me, they're okay. Financially, they're okay. And it's not as bad as Barcelona, مثلا. Barcelona, they have a lot of debts that they're trying to.
So explain to me, why are they just waiting for the players' contracts to expire and then getting them over the line
But I
instead
just
of
feel like,
buying? Yeah.
my opinion, I
Hmm.
just feel like Florentino Perez is trying to save up as much money as he can.
For what?
Whatever projects he has in the future with Real Madrid.
What changed from 10 years from now, or
Okay,
the way they're
that
running?
is to be seen. But I'm telling you what I think they're trying to do as of right now. I think
Yeah,
they're trying to
but it
save
has to
up
make
as much.
sense, right? I mean,
No, okay, and what? It doesn't make sense that they're trying to save up money for whatever they have that we don't know is going on.
I don't
Stop
know.
talking.
At this moment, both me and you are speculating, right? Where we're just giving our thoughts in the matter, and
I
this is
mean,
what
I
I
mean,
think.
if I mean, okay, okay. So you're speculating based on what you're seeing at the moment, and you're
Yes.
assuming that they're financially, but on what basis are they financially down? Just based on the fact that they're getting a player for free, or is there like any other, or is it based
No,
on La
no,
Liga? Maybe like I want to know like on what basis do you?
no. Based on the behavior of Real Madrid in the past couple of years, this is not something that is happening right now. That Madrid is signing, I would say, low fee to a free transfer, right? This is the behavior we've seen
Maybe it's
so.
TV money. Maybe it's TV money. I don't know.
Maybe,
Maybe because
like I
by
said,
the way, Javier,
mhm.
by the way, Real Madrid hate their La Liga president, and that La
Also
Liga
the
president.
renovation in the stadium. So this is what I'm basing
Maybe,
on.
maybe that's something I don't know. That's something I need to ask Madrid fans about. But yeah, there you go. Like, interesting. Because by the way, to be fair, one thing, even me, I just started realizing about leagues in general, including mine, and what a TV money, bro. I think TV money is why these guys are overly protected. Their funds.
Yeah, but that's nothing compared to the Premier League. So what I heard,
No,
I
yeah,
watched,
that's the point. That's the point. TV
right.
money. I'm
Oh,
saying
you're
Premier
you're
League.
saying it's too little
Right,
for
no,
them?
I'm saying TV money, obviously, in the Premier League, للأسف, is actually more than the other
It is,
leagues.
it is, it is, and I was
Because
watching.
obviously, the more viewers, the more money, blah 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 blah. Again, down to what I
Not
used
only
to say.
that, so that it has to do with also the way they commercialize the Premier League and the
Yeah,
way they
market.
commercialize. Yeah, marketing, of course, marketing. And I think if it's true, I was watching Husam's channel and they were talking him and Martin, the Manchester City fan, and they were
Yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, they were saying stuff about that deal that's going to be expired for the Premier League, and it's going to be a new one, which is way higher than the one they already have, and the clubs will earn 200 plus million per year guaranteed and all that stuff. So that will take, the Premier League even further in terms of financials compared to La Liga. I mean, I'm not saying in performances wise, but in terms of money, the Premier League will start even bringing players with hefty amounts and easily convincing players with the amount of salaries they can provide compared to other leagues. Compare, for example, to the Italian league, compared to the Spanish league. I mean, beside of course Real Madrid and Barcelona, excluding those two teams, I don't think the other teams in La Liga can compete financially. And La Liga, and Serie A is way far, and I don't think there's any European league, even the Bundesliga. With all the respect, there's only Bayern Munich alone that is can be comparable in terms of financials, but the rest of the Bundesliga is not really, I would consider, a rich club.
You know what though? I would say the thing is with our case though is because you see La Liga, it's more understandable, fam. It's like more understandable because the way they operate is obviously money distributed. They have the whole sponsorship. But with us, it's like because in Germany, obviously there's 50+1 rule. So basically, a
What
lot
is
of the
that?
revenues 50+1 rule.
Yeah.
50+1 rule is basically the condition in which the fans have a lot of say in what happens in their clubs. Fahamt?
Okay.
The 50+1 means 51% at least is to be owned of the clubs. All of them are to be owned by fan memberships, like by fans that pay for memberships, right?
Okay.
So because of this, guess what? Now clubs sell a lot of fan members. And in Bayern's case, they sell the most. I actually think if I'm not mistaken, because of this conditioning, they sell the most in world football as well. Because of this condition, it helps, right? So based on that,
By selling, you mean the highest fee? You mean?
No, they like basically we've sold around 400,000 fans.
Tickets. Okay.
Yeah, no, not tickets. Memberships. You know how each club
Memberships. Okay, yeah, membership.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you when the fans purchase the memberships, you're basically allowed to have a say in what happens in clubs and assemblies, kida. Like you get more contribution, being part of the alternate, whatever. Yeah, هذول حاجات. So in our case, because of this, like there's less excuses than it is in La Liga. You get what I'm saying? And because of that, we obviously, and I say it's because we generate most revenues based on this. We generate revenues out of fan memberships, get hella sponsorship deals. The Allianz Arena, we usually sell like 99% of the tickets at the grounds. I think the only one that sold more tickets in their stadiums or as much or more is Borussia Dortmund because their capacity is more, etc. Right? So based on all of the things I've mentioned, we have less excuses about the whole money this than the La Liga clubs or the Serie A clubs, in my personal opinion. You understand what I mean? Which is why I'm very critical when it comes to my team. But I also kind of get that, obviously, with TV rights, which is the reason why Goldbridge started doing his thing, watching. I get it, right? It's not as much as, Premier League in terms of viewerships. But at the same time, we still have enough money to do our jobs. So that's the only thing I wanted to mention. But other than that, yeah, in general, I get it. Like Premier League, the money that's going in majority of the clubs, it's second to none. Like, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think the Sunderland will be, competing with Bayern Munich in terms of spending.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, we have as much money as Premier League clubs. I'm not joking. I actually generally think we have as much money, but we just choose not to spend. Like this week.
No, I know. Look, but
there
that's
was
why.
a statement by Uli Hoeneß. I don't know if you've heard about it, but there was a
No.
statement by him. Bro, he said a lot of things. He said about the conditioning in Jackson's contract. He was talking about this. Ma'afan actually brought up Saudi's name when it came to the Voltamada deal, by the way. So he said, like, let me find the quote because I know you want the quote exactly as it is, yeah. But I swear to God, bro, this guy basically said.
But I know that Zira, and I said that excluding certain teams, and I said excluding Barca and Real in La Liga, and excluding Bayern München in Germany. I think those clubs are well founded, and they have a lot of money, and they have a global presence in world football. So they're generating a lot of money that can compete. But these are the only clubs. I mean, you can choose like a handful of clubs that can compete with the Premier League.
Okay, I found it. So he said, Voltamada isn't worth 90 million fee. Fine, fair enough. Then
I heard that. Yeah.
Then he said that only happened because of the money flowing from Saudi Arabia. But my concern with this statement is didn't money started flowing from before Saudi Arabia? Like, let's be honest. It started flowing from Chelsea, started flowing from Man City and PSG. Why is our name mentioned? Is it because Newcastle is owned by them? That's something I want to understand. Like, that's the only thing I'm willing to accept. If it's not that, then
I don't think. Look, even without the Saudis, without the PIF, I think we're still Newcastle would have still bought the player with the amount they want to buy. But what they need is
I don't know.
I think so. I think so. But here's the difference. First of all, there's PSR and there's FFP. That doesn't allow Saudi or the PIF to just pump money as they want. Because if that was the case, then tomorrow you would have seen Newcastle signing Mbappe easily. They can bring Mbappe. If they brought Neymar to Hilal, they can easily bring Mbappe to Newcastle.
Yeah, but you're talking PIF though. I'm saying you said earlier that basically even if it was no PIF.
Yeah, I'm coming.
There was no PIF. The brothers getting bloody. These guys getting relegated.
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Okay, the first part is the financials, right? So this is first thing that I'll rebuttal, that it has nothing to do with the financials of the PIF. First things first. Secondly, the Saudi owners are ambitious owners. They're not there only for the business. Yes, they are there for the business. They want to win. And they want to win, gain money as well. But the thing they want most is success. This is why they bought the club. They want to succeed. They want to win the league. They want to win the Champions League. They want to win trophies. They're not there just for the sake of it, to run the business like the American owners and get the revenues at the end of the day. And they're, the stocks and all that stuff looks in positive and all that. In terms of return of investment for the Saudis, it's more important that they win something. So if they had, I'm assuming, any owners aside of the PIF that have equal or more ambition than the Saudis, then they would have bought those players. This is the difference.
No, listen. By the way, I agree with you because I've said this to so many people. When people look at Arab owners in general, like forget just Saudi, I'm talking like Khalij. I'm talking Nasser Khalifi في Qatar. Bro, I don't know if you saw the Cats show in Qatar. After the Champions League PSG won, this brother genuinely said that he wants PSG to look at this Champions League win, and go for it again. Like, yes, enjoy now, but when we're back, I want you to go for this again. Don't take this win and khalas. Now you sit there.
See, they're setting new standards. They're setting new standards.
Bro, this brother literally is trying to have like a standard min yom al-ula.
I know, man. I know. And he brought Neymar, and he brought all these players. Look, what I'm trying to say is when your leadership, right, they have this kind of vision and this kind of ambition. It actually reflects on how the club operates. The
And
players they
also
sign.
Mubarak in City as well. Mubarak as well.
Sorry.
Have you seen Mubarak in Man City, the chairman?
Yeah. What about him? Khaldoon.
Yeah. Basically, he every season he'll talk about how he's if he's not having the best of season to their stand, he'll say it. He doesn't care.
Yes, I mean, and I respect that a lot. I mean, you said it. Those owners, especially from the GCC, they're not there just for the sake of the business. They're there to win because they have the passion, they have the ambition, and they have the resources to do it, and they're doing it. And that's the difference between the PIF and, for example, different owners, whatever that owner is a company or a billionaire, or whatever. At the end of the day, these owners are looking for their money, right? They're looking for return of investment. They want to make sure that they're always, in a positive and making profit and making money and putting some in their pocket. But these owners are not there to make just money. They're there to win. So when you have such mentality, it reflects on your team. It reflects in your board. It reflects on the players. It reflects on the coach and the way the club behaves. And this is why they signed, that striker. Until today, I don't know how to say his name, man.
The Bayern guy, Holy Honest.
No, not Julianos. The striker they signed. The striker they signed.
Nick Voltemada.
Voltemada. Yeah, I always forget his name, man. Voltemada. So that's
معلش
why
انا كنت ركز على هانو وقاعد يكلمني.
No, that's fine. So Voltemada, I mean, maybe yes, he's not worth the 90 million, but this is the market. This is the market value currently, and they went for it. They needed a striker, and they will sign a striker. And don't forget they went for Ekitike first, but Ekitike chose Liverpool.
Yeah, and then they ended up taking Isak because, but not a lot of news was being revealed ahead of time about Isak. That's something I'm realizing over time.
I think the news has been milked, and a big pause there.
No, it's been milked. Like eventually got milked, but at the start, like the whole Isak wanting to leave from like months ago, and this.
Yeah, that's why. Yes, the saga is just was
the saga. Yeah, it was. By the way, I have a quick question, and I want your honest opinion because I was talking to a Liverpool fan on a show yesterday. Do you think Liverpool fans are being hypocritical in general about the Isak thing? Let me tell you why.
Okay.
You remember when Trent went to Real Madrid, how they treated him? But now when it's with Isak, all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, let him go! Free Isak! Free this guy! Newcastle fans have no right to do this."
I think it's a normal behavior for any fan to want what's best for his team, right? I mean, if it's in Arsenal as well, I would have reacted the same. I'm not going to be hypocritical here and say no. If there's a player that I don't want him to leave, I would scold him a bit. And if there's a player that we want to buy and he's not able to get out of the club, like Gyökeres, we all called out the Sporting Lisbon director.
Yeah, I know.
And this kind of behavior is just. It's because of Isak, and it's because of the 130 million fee. That's why it has been magnified that much. But I don't think it's hypocritical whatsoever. I mean, and plus you got to add the factor that Trent is a player that is a homegrown player, that he's been with Liverpool for quite some time, and to be honest, I would have been happy for Trent if he was a Arsenal fan going to Real Madrid out of all clubs. I mean, he's not going to a rival like Chelsea or Manchester United or anything like that. I don't understand the whole, aggression against that transfer, to be honest. He's going to Real Madrid. I mean, Real Madrid is the biggest club in history. I mean, who doesn't want to play for Madrid?
Nah, what my honest opinion is, Sammy, is the following. I think there's a place and time to be shameless and being objective. You know what I mean? Like, listen, if you want to be shameless, you can tell. Like, I can tell a time when you're shameless. Like, it's Adi. That's why I won't call you out too much on it. But at the same time, when we're trying to have a serious conversation, it's just time to be objective, to be serious. And if I'm being serious right now, I genuinely think if you're gonna not be happy about that brother leaving your team, then why not have the same energy towards the other guy? At least understand is all I'm saying. على الأقل استوعب. That's all I'm saying.
I get your point. And then regarding the Footy Reacts TV comment, Madrid is our rivals. That's fine. But if the player does not want to play for you, I don't want, for me personally, I don't want a single player in my team that doesn't want to play for the team and play for the badge. And Trent, to be, I mean, specifically Trent has delivered in Liverpool, have delivered them the Champions League. He have delivered them the league twice. I mean, you can argue if he's been good enough last season to be part of that squad that won you the league, but still he got 2 leagues and 1 Champions League with Liverpool. So for me, he earned his credit. He should have earned the respect of the Liverpool fans, and the Liverpool fans, in my opinion, should have respected his will or his choice to choose a club such as Real Madrid. I mean, a club with that stature coming knocking on your door, it would be madness to reject them, to be honest. And I'm not trying to be salty or anything against Liverpool fans, but this is what I think.
Bro,
even if
you don't want to be here, don't be here. Pretty much, it's not that simple. Well, it's not that difficult, bro.
That's you're right. You're absolutely right, and I agree with that stance. If the player does not want to be here anymore, and you can get some millions out of him, then do it, man. Just get over with it, man.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You know what a top club really?
What do you mean a rat? This is what I don't understand. Footy.
Hey,
what do you mean a
what
rat?
I'm saying?
I really do not understand. What is a rat to you? You know what is a rat? That analogy that you're using, a rat, man. If he's joining Manchester United, I would understand he's a rat, or even Arsenal. If he joins Arsenal, and I understand your reaction. But he's joining Real Madrid.
To be fair, the reason why they're calling, why they're calling him a rat. I kind of get it. The reason why he's being called a rat.
Explain it to me. Yeah.
So he's obviously a Scouse guy, and you know how Liverpool fans valued Scouse guys, in it. And when Trent back in the day, he said, I actually want to be a captain for this club, and I want to stay here till long. It's like, I feel like Trent Alexander-Arnold, when he made the decision to go to Madrid, I genuinely think he should have considered what he said in the past, because that was always going to bite him in the ass. You know what I mean? It just was. Wallahi, it just was. So now that he's made that decision, I get why he's being called a rat in that aspect. You can also make an argument as well. And to be honest, I only think he understands.
It's not a good enough reason for me.
Press conference.
But continue. Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right? Then, and this is where a lot of people start like, you know what? I'm starting to understand the 4 guys who called him a rat, why he is a rat. It's because when he joined Madrid and that press conference happened and he's speaking Spanish. So they think now this brother learned Spanish from time. But I even tried telling Reacts the other day that I only think he knows that script and that's it. Because after I think the Hilal game, he got interviewed and he said, I don't want to. I can't speak. I don't want to speak Spanish. I'd rather not speak Spanish, please. I genuinely think this brother only knows the script that he was given to read or memorize for that press conference. Because obviously in the press conference, he wasn't looking at the script. He was actually, so he memorized that press. He was basically doing this thing. تعرف زي حنا لما ندرس سلم ولازم تحفظ القرآن مثلا سورة القرآن. He probably did the same thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ziri. I'm not convinced whatsoever.
You're not. You don't have to be. I'm just telling you my. Like you said, I wasn't convinced with some of your opinions neither. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm generally not only your stance on the matter. I'm also in general with Liverpool fans that call him a rat. I really don't understand it. I'll give you another example. Here's one that really hurt me the most. One of the transfer that hit me.
Which one? Van Persie?
I will tell you. The Van Persie one. Van Persie one. He went to Manchester United. He won the Golden Boots, and he won them the league. He gave back the league to Sir Alex Ferguson. You know how much it hurt me? But then when he came and he said, the club was not ambitious enough. And to be fair, at that moment, Arsenal was not ambitious. They were not signing players. They were selling players. And I understood, at the end, my emotions, got the better of me at that time. And I was angry and I was furious, and also Sanchez when he went to United, all of those, really hurt. I mean, like Nasri went to Manchester City, Ashley Cole went to Chelsea for money. I can call all these dickheads as rats, But at the end of the day, if I look at it from, if I remove my bias side, I'm as an Arsenal fan, right? I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm a passionate Arsenal fan, and I'll always think of Arsenal first. But if I remove that bias for a second, I think of it from a player's perspective and the club's also perspective. If you're not getting to a mutual agreement, mutual understanding, the player does not want to play for the club anymore, for whatever reason. If he flops or he's not performing at that level, or there's no understanding between the club or the coach and the player, and they have to move on. They have to move on. You can get the best out of it, get some money if it's possible, and let the player go. This is my opinion. I mean, I'm not gonna. At the end, I'm supporting Arsenal as an entity, but not because of a player.
Nah, I can't. I get it. I completely get it, bro. All I'm saying at the end of the day, bro, is that I get why they're upset about Trent. By the way, in my
Every
case,
player's a rat in this case.
no. It depends on how you do it. For me, it's how you do it. Like,
Really?
In my case, I actually think Lucas Hernandez is a fucking rat.
Oh, why?
Because this brother said he wouldn't leave, right? And this brother said no matter what money comes in and all that stuff, I'm not leaving. I'm staying at Bayern. Now, remember, at the time, we paid 80 million for this guy. Our medical team's trying their level hardest to help him recover, all this stuff. Next thing you know, money comes in, PSG, boom, he leaves. Arato. So he lied. That's rat behavior. Well, is that not rat behavior as well? تفضل قل لي. Is that rat behavior?
Look, the player at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's how. Like, I'll give you. When some Bayern fans, they say Wirtz is a rat for going there. I say no, he's not a rat. He chose Liverpool from Bayer Leverkusen. That's not rat behavior, bro. It's not. So I get you. It is being thrown loosely. Wallah, I'm not telling you. Bro, Sammy, I'm telling you it's being thrown around loosely. However, in some cases, like, it depends how it's done. Like, in Trent case, you can understand. My only thing is,
you know what I would call a rat?
You know what I would call
a rat?
Huh.
The Luis Figo transfer from Barcelona.
That's genuine. That's genuine. Like,
that's a rat. That's the definition of a rat to me. You know what I mean? You're going to the.
I have a question: is Borussia Dortmund transfer rat behavior too? Like the transfers to Bayern back in the day, are they rat behavior as well?
Do you consider them your ultimate, rivals and all that stuff, like Barca and Madrid?
I mean, historically, yes. Historically, really? Yeah, historically. However, nowadays, Borussia Dortmund have fallen off, as you know. But like they're a very weird team. But yeah, for the most part, they've fallen off.
That kind of transfer, I would understand why the fans would call him a rat. Honestly, like the Luis Figo one, that's a complete rat.
Yeah,
that's
what's so
prime rat.
Yeah,
so yes, it was. It was. And I would say it shamelessly, and I'm happy about it. He's one of the best players we had. Man, I'm not gonna hold the club, for the same standards and hold my club to a different standard. I'm shameless. I would say it as it is, man. It was a rat, and I'm happy with it.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Now I'm just asking, why not ask? But yeah, that's about. I think before we end it, we talk a little bit about Saudi football. Actually, funny enough, did you read the quote that Ivan Toney said?
No, what happened there? I don't
I'm
really.
I'm gonna read this. He actually just said it recently. I don't know where he said it with that, but he said this recently, and I was shocked. Actually, kind of. Okay. Part of me is not, because it's Ivan Toney. You know how Ivan Toney, he's a personality, but whatever. Like,
yeah, Arsenal didn't sign him because he's too rude.
Yeah. And then look what he does for Al Ahly, contributing and them winning the Asian Champions League.
Yeah, the Champions League. Yeah.
Come on, man, bro. That goal he scored against Al Hilal, what a goal, by the way. Like, I just had to say, mashallah. Wallahi, if you see my reaction, I was in shock how he scored that goal. He slapped that volley like crazy. But anyway, he said, for me, Saudi Pro League is on a par with the Premier. I couldn't believe he said that, by the way. That's mad. I don't agree with it, but anyway.
What did he say? Repeat that, please.
He said, for me, Saudi Pro League is on par with the Premier League. He said, if Al Ahly were in the Premier League, we'd give it a good go and would be close to the top four. I wouldn't say top four, but anyway, it is a quality league, and people should not turn their noses up. We saw Al Hilal play against Man City and beat them. Now I want to know your opinion before I give mine.
I actually made a stream, and that stream I had a friend. He came live with me. His name is Fahad. Shout out to him. And we put this hypothesis saying that if the top four teams in Saudi, which is owned by the PIF, would join the Premier League, where do you think they will end up? And he gave me, to be honest, a realistic, I would say guess, an educational guess. He said, okay, probably Al Hilal will end up somewhere in the top 8, somewhere there.
Yeah, I agree with this. That's what I thought. Yeah.
And with time, of course, if they get the recruitments right, if they get the coach right, I think they can compete. I mean, at the end of the day, and he said something about Al Hilal that actually captured me when he said Al Hilal adopted a certain play style since back in 2011 or 2012 by a Belgian coach, and they were implementing this in their youth team, and they started getting the players to a certain way of playing, which is very good. It's like having Barcelona La Masia, right? It's a brand of football that Barca is known for, and I think these kind of behavior from a club that shows Al Hilal is in that level to really compete in a global scale and Premier League, even La Liga or even Serie A, they can really compete. And with those funds from the PIF and the players they brought, I see them. They can actually be in the Premier League and be in the top 8 or at least the mid top in the table.
I think top like maximum, and I say maximum. And this depends on like if the big 6 team somewhere there, they fumble, if you know what I mean, because how there's a big 6 team sometimes. Like look at Man United, مثلا, right? If we're keeping that in consideration, maximum top 6. Max.
Also, don't forget that the Saudi League, okay, and the players that are used to the Saudi League, if they go to England and they play in that environment, and I'm talking about the difference in terms of heat, right? When you play in
intensity.
Not only the intensity, but also the stamina that the Saudi League requires is a lot.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like imagine Al Hilal is the only club that has an indoor stadium.
And for whatever, what I'm trying to say, you're playing at that heat, and you're going to Jeddah, and you're playing with that humidity, and you're going to Asharqiya playing with that humidity and 40 plus degrees. I mean,
and the amount of dry weather and all that.
Yeah, man, the amount of energy you have to consume is exuberant.
They do water breaks like nearly every week. By the way, people don't get it.
They need it, bro. They need it, and I imagine this kind of extreme weather, I would say, or extreme condition can actually help them go to another environment which is considered leaner a little bit. Yeah, it's cold. I'm not saying it's not cold, but I think they will adapt very, very nicely in any league. Yeah, maybe the physicality of it. I mean, the Saudi and the pace. The Saudi League is a little bit slower than the Premier League, and when it comes to physical,
it's not that slow. It's not that slow though. Funny enough, it's not that slow.
Compared to, I mean, we gotta have a reference.
Obviously, the quality is not the same, but we're talking because the quality is different. I agree with you, but
not only the quality, also the pace, the physicality of it. They need to a little bit improve in that side, and I think they can easily compete in any league. And I'm happy to see that the Saudi League is improving in many, many aspects and bringing all these players, allowing also the national players to learn from such professional players like Al Hilal. They're learning from good players like Savage, like I wouldn't say Neymar, but you're having really good professional players. Nasser as well, learning from such a character like Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a winner. You like him or not, regardless, he's a winner. And when you have such a mentality in your team, you learn from such mentalities. Mahrez and Ahli, Benzema and Etihad. It's very good to be surrounded by those players and play with them and learn from them, their behavior, their their hobbies and all that stuff, and you can adopt it to your lifestyle as a player, as a Saudi player. It's I'm very, very happy to see that. And I think
Oh, and Simakan, the center back, who joined from Leipzig to Nasser, he was talking about Ronaldo's lifestyle in an interview with Kora, if you know them. Like, yeah, and he was talking about his lifestyle. It's like that speaks volumes. You know?
Yeah, man, it has a huge impact.
It speaks volumes.
Now imagine you have this young Saudi, players playing around Ronaldo and seeing him how he does it. Yeah, of course, you want to replicate. He's one of the best players that ever played the game. Why you would not replicate? I mean, he wouldn't be successful unless he's doing something right. So I'm happy to see that.
That's صادق. But you know what? Let's talk about a few players involved in certain transfers. Obviously, I mean, Qadsiya, they got in Otavio. Otavio was linked out of Al Nassr
from Al Nassr, right?
Yeah, he got linked out from Al Nassr for a bit now. I actually thought he was gonna go to Al Ahli, but it turns out towards the end.
Is he good?
I think he's okay. I wouldn't say I would say he's okay.
The way you said explains it.
صراحة he's okay. I wouldn't say like يعني he's just he's physical more than anything. He's height كثير. That's another thing as well.
Of course he would say that as a Hilali guy. Of course he would say that.
Yeah, he is though. That guy he chats a lot of crap, this guy, bro. Yeah. No, but I think for Qadsi, I actually said on a tweet when some Saudi Pro League page tweeted about him, like news about it. I actually think their midfield is going to be interesting to see how he lines up in that midfield because Mus'ab al-Jawair joined as well. I don't know if you're aware, but he joined them. So I'm intrigued to see how their midfield will shake up. But then they lost a player to Bayer Leverkusen, that Ezekiel brother. So we'll see how it goes out. I actually think he'll do all right in the Qadsiya personally. I think he'll do okay.
I think this year the Saudi League is taking it a little bit easier, right? I mean, compared to the previous seasons.
Yeah, bro, because it's the smaller clubs that need to spend, not really the big ones. Just need to do a little bit of adjusting, really. Like, Al Ittihad first signing was like a few days ago. تخيل.
Yeah, I remember, and you said
Fernandez brother. That Fernandez brother from Braga. I'm like, what? You're champions, and that's all you're doing? Especially after.
And they got him for 30 mil, I think, right?
Yeah, it's just mad, bro. And then now also we have a little issue in Al Hilal with Marcus Leonardo because his age is now above 21. He's 22. Because of that, now he has to be part of the list of like the first team. But obviously, the Nizam is, 8 players that are Ajanib, foreigners, and then you obviously have the under 21s that try to add up to, I think, is 11 players, something like that. But because of that, now Leonardo is only eligible for AFC Champions League squad because you can have 10. It's a sticky situation there. And I think there were clubs trying to vote against the rule or something like that. I don't know what it is. I still don't know the whole story. But that's the idea I gathered. And yeah, we got rid of Alexander Mitrovic, partially the reason for this as well. We had to terminate his contract and he went to Rayan. Khalas. I actually thank the guy. I'm not going to lie. And I would have liked.
I think he did well.
Yeah, he did. Like last season, don't get it twisted.
So why they got rid of him?
Injury prone, and the whole foreigner policy.
Do you think they need to, increase the number of foreign players to the limit? I mean,
maybe a bit, yeah. But here's the problem, right? I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to ensure that Saudi players have place in the squad. I think that's what it is, because obviously they're still trying to develop Saudi players too. But then the problem is Saudi players, in my opinion, I don't know if you agree, at least some of them that, like for example, Saudi Abdul Hamid, I think he's good enough. Need to go test themselves elsewhere. Maybe Hassan Timbukti, another one, in Al Hilal, Like,
even Kano should have went out, I think.
Who?
Kano.
Mohamed Ken, nah, I don't think he would have made it, صراحة. He's not now. He would have not made it. I think the one who should have gone is the one I mentioned earlier for Qadsi who just joined. Jower. Mus'ab Jower. When Hilal didn't favor him, he should have tested himself.
So honestly, I think they need to increase the limit, and the reason why I think it also yes, it limits the national players to play. I agree, the Saudis. I mean, but in the same manner, I think it will, when you get Saudi players playing in a squad, that means he's really that good, right? If the squad is filled with professional players that they brought and all that stuff, and especially now Al Hilal or Nasr or any of those teams, they're really signing big players, right? They're not signing mediocre players or unknown players from somewhere in the streets of Sao Paulo or something like that. They're bringing like Cancelo, they're bringing like Mitrovic, who was banging in the Premier League. They're bringing, Ronaldo, they're bringing Benzema. So for you to play with those players, and Mahrez, for example, which is elite players, if a Saudi player breaks into that squad, that means he's that good. I think it will raise up the level and standards of the Saudi players in general, in my opinion.
You
I
think
think
so?
it will Yes, I do think so. I highly believe so.
But bro, these man, you know the problem with brother, because I see this for the national team. I don't know if you follow up on the national team, but bro, the national team ترى a lot of these players ترى شايفين نفسهم بزيادة bro. واضح. Maybe your idea helps. I don't know, but it's just. But there's a lot of. By the way, I'm sure you've heard of this, and maybe you would agree with them, but I don't. But actually, I kind of do. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do. But the Hilal players, some of them I noticed, they go to the national team and they don't care. They play for Hilal, they want to play for Hilal. هذه غلط. I mean, if it's true, هذه غلط. Not gonna lie, because it's منتخب في النهاية. Yeah, man. Listen, let's see how it goes. But listen, with Mitro, the Majnoon himself, I actually thank him a lot, man. I really do, because that brother scored a lot of goals. Right place, right time. Even in the big games. I remember I went to the Al-Nasr and the Hilal Al-Nasr game, the one we won 3-0. He scored twice.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was a clutch player for you.
And he scored even in that same season in the following game. Drew 1-1, that penalty. We drew 1-1 because he actually converted. He doesn't convert, we lose that game, and we don't get the invincible.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him many times, and I think he was very, very clutch. But if you say that he was injury prone, then I understand.
Yeah, he was. He was so, and they couldn't rely on that anymore. Because, by the way, last season, I went to our game against Al Ittihad. We got knocked out, Kas Al Malik, and he got injured that game early on. Then, obviously, Leonardo played for him. He was doing okay, to be fair. Then Mitro comes back. He's still trying to get up to speed. Another breaking news happens, and he even scored that first game back. Then news comes up that he has some heart issue. And then, which to this day, I still don't know the full details of it. But then, next thing you know, he's recovering, all that stuff. And then he comes back, not looking the best shape at all, not performing to the best ability like he did before. And listen, we know he's not the best on the ball, right? But he's good at positioning himself, But even like in the physical side, I felt like he was a bit softer because of what he was going through. You can tell he was more cautious. So because of all this, I think
you lose confidence.
And then even Club World Cup, he didn't play a single game. We had to go get Hamdallah for like the remainder of the competition loan or a 6-month loan, whatever it was. And that didn't go to plan because we got knocked out to Fluminense على طول. But that's
knocked out City.
Exactly, I know. But it's just crazy, right? Inzaghi, bro. No, but again, on a real note, though, like all this considered, it's like we had to get a striker. It's just a shame that Inzaghi said, "I want Darwin Núñez."
Hey, might bang for you guys. You never know.
To be fair, he did score in the first 9 minutes, but then obviously he played shit the remainder of the game. Fucking.
I don't care.
And the goal, by the way, didn't even count. It didn't count because Savage fouled the brother. So,
Look at me. If the striker scores, then he scores for me. I mean, that's what is important from the number 9 is to put the ball in the back of the net. That's
Yeah,
your
but he missed the
objective.
other chances, and the one that he scored didn't count. Let's see how he does against Al-Qadsi. Yeah, we play Al-Qadsi next, by the way.
Oh, where in Riyadh or
Riyadh.
okay?
Stade
We'll see.
Riyadh. Anyway,
We'll
I'm
see,
gonna
man.
redirect to Don. Yeah, Don Hassam. He is live. We're gonna end it here, man.
All right, man.
But listen, man, you guys know exactly what to do. Yeah. Subscribe to both Zir Talks and Football Rig. Like as well there. Go check socials. And inshallah, you're well wherever you are. Hey, listen, I thought this was a good show, man. You know what I mean? I thought.
Yeah, we didn't see you
hopefully
triggered.
entertained. No triggering for me today, brother. No.
It was a calm week. But I think next week is gonna be even better.
Champion! Bro! It's before. By the way, next week's edition. It's before we play Chelsea. Can you believe it?
The Bayern Munchen.
Yeah, we play Chelsea after this.
I know. I just want to see. Is it gonna be on a Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday. Good luck. I'm telling you, it's right before. Yeah, right. This stream is gonna be right before I do a watch.
Holy shit!
Holy shit! Who knows?
You gonna win?
I actually low-key think we could win. Yeah.
Okay.
It's because Chelsea. I don't know if they're gonna go all in like that. Like I know Chelsea have a better I know Chelsea's midfield is amazing. I know Cole Palmer on his day is insane as well. You know,
but their defense is not that good.
But like, I don't know, it'll be an interesting game. But I think the home factor, the scheduling, I think it's in our favor a little bit compared to theirs. I think that's what it comes down to. But
we'll see.
But yeah, man, listen, until then, take care, guys. مع السلامة. Zir raid on Hissam's chat.